Yo, what's going on, brothers? What is going on? It is your dude, Mr. International Passport, here again for yet another Future Classic live stream. Before I go any further, I got a very special announcement to make. Okay, so if you signed up to my Python course on the Patreon, can you please check your Patreon DMs for the next steps of the course? Right, I have sent numerous people 5 messages in a row with no reply back. Okay, I am giving you until midday. I'm giving you until 6 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, Saturday tomorrow to reply to your Patreon messages. Right, it's very important. If you don't do so, you won't be a part of it. All right, y'all need to make sure you take this seriously. Okay, so if you sign up to my Python course, check your Patreon DMs. All right, check it right now. Check it after the stream, but you must reply to the Patreon DM that I've sent to you by 6 p.m. Saturday Eastern Time EST. You don't do that, you won't be a part of the course, and I'm being very serious here. So let's get straight into it. Press a one in the live stream chat if you can hear me loud and clear. How's my audio? Press a one. Am I good? Who's in the building? Press a one in the live stream chat. How's my audio? Baseball clips. Raphael Taylor, Cloud Ninja. Awesome. Awesome. Tensuke, Tectonic. Awesome. So, brothers, huge thank you to those that have supported the channel over the past couple of years. Your support is greatly appreciated. I welcome aboard the new people. I accept and I embrace you with open arms. Obviously, when you come in the live stream, please like the video, like the live stream. That'd be greatly appreciated. Join the Patreon too for more insight to foreign women. Hit the super chats throughout tonight. Hit the PayPal donations. Book your IT consultations for Intel to get into IT. And of course, you can join the IT mentorship plan by joining the platinum tier on the Patreon. So let's get straight into it. Let's get straight into it. We shall be speaking about Turkey, okay? And I got a very special guest here called Mr. K, who's here to break down Turkey for us. Mr. K, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, brother. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, bro. Does Mr. K stand for Mr. Cool?
Remain anonymous.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. So, Mr. K, do you mind giving us a brief intro about who you are, where you're from, and anything interesting about you, bro?
I was born and raised in the United States for the most part. My father was in the military. I was in the military. We moved around a lot. After my time in the military, I got out, started doing executive protection, corporate security things. And from branching off from that, got myself a career in law enforcement, able to do pretty well for myself, travel around a bit. I've been to about 48 different countries. I enjoy traveling. I was married for a while. I'm not anymore. So now I'm back out traveling and having a good time, enjoying life.
Amazing. 48 different countries, bro. That must be a world record. So, Mr. Cool, Mr. K, let's get straight into it, bro. So, Turkey, right? Very interesting place, bordered between the Middle East and Europe, if I'm not mistaken, brother. So, what city were you in, brother, or spent the most time in?
I spent all my time in Istanbul, both sides of Istanbul, both the Asian side and the European side.
Interesting. And Istanbul is a capital city, right?
Yes.
Awesome, brother. Can you define to us what it means by the Asian side and the European side in the Istanbul context, please? What does that mean?
So, Istanbul used to be Constantinople, used to be part of the Ottoman Empire, and part of it lies on the continent of Asia, and the other part is on Europe. At least that's what they told me when I was there. I didn't look at it a map; I just took their word for it.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. So, my first question to you, brother, is accommodation. So, where were you staying at in Turkey? Was it a hotel? Was it Airbnb? And how was that experience there, bro? Break it down for us.
I stayed in a hotel, and it was an awesome experience. As the interview goes on, I'll tell you more about it.
Awesome, bro. Do you mind breaking down that your great experience there in that hotel? And was it like a 4-star, 5-star hotel? Break it down for us, bro.
It was probably about a 4-star hotel. I was being paid for by my job at the time. As soon as I checked in, one of the things that I learned from having, worked exec protection is you make yourself a friend at the hotel. So there's a young guy who was working security there, and I just kind of walked up to him, asked him to help me with my bags. And I knew it was outside his job description, but he eagerly helped me. I gave him a nice tip, asked him what time he got off work, talked to him for about a 5 to 10 minute, you know, conversation. He told me when he got off work, and I was like, hey, I'd like to talk to you later on. And he was like, all right, cool. He's sitting there with, $50 American in his hands, and he was eager to get back in touch with me. So, uh, long story short, for the rest of the time, he was like my translator, my tour guide. Uh, he told me where the hot spots were around town, showed me where the clubs were to go, and he pretty much gave me like everything that I needed. And when he wasn't around, he had other people that would help me out as well. So I always tell people, when you check into a hotel or something like that, if you can find somebody that you can, it's not really making that much money, toss them a few dollars, hold a conversation with them, kind of gauge how they are, and that person can be your best friend there.
Awesome. So, brother, so in terms of the hotel you were in, right? Was it included with breakfast? Was it clean? Was it a great scenery? Was it a great hotel in general, apart from the connection you made there, bro?
The hotel was fine. It was very clean. The food was good. It had a lot of restaurants and things in walking distance, and it was safety was a big issue with the people I was traveling with at the time. So it was kind of tucked off the main road, and you had to pretty much walk. Let me put this in about 500 meters off the road to get to it. So it was kind of laid back and not like right there on the streets.
Amazing, amazing, brother. I got my first super chat. Shout out to Mr. Banzare Light One for the $50 super chat, bro. I've not seen your username before, brother. But a huge thank you for the incredible donation there, bro. That means a lot to me, bro. I have been stressed out this week, preparing for the upcoming Python course, setting the first, preparing for the first lesson. Obviously, I got to do my own personal life stuff as well. Been a very busy week, man. So appreciate the support, brother. Obviously, editing for the channel as well. It's tough, man. It's really tough doing what I do, but I'm gonna keep pushing for you, brothers. Banzere Lights, thank you, bro, for the support. Salute to you, bro. Thank you, brother. So amazing stream so far, brother. So next question for you, brother, right, is so who runs the country of Turkey, brother? Is it Turkish people, ethnic Turkish people? Is it foreign influence there? From your observation, brother, who actually runs the country?
From what I saw, it looked like ethnic Turkish people running the country.
Interesting, bro. Interesting, brother. Think about Turkish people, right? And obviously, we have a lot of Turkish people over here in the UK. They are very entrepreneur. They got a huge entrepreneurial mindset. Did you also observe that over there in Turkey as well, bro?
I did.
Okay, break it down for us, bro. What do you mean?
Just about everybody that I met in certain social settings, they owned some type of business, or they had their family ran a business. And the ones that were, educated, who had been to the United States, or they had family in Germany, their families were abroad running businesses and restaurants, things like that.
Facts, bro. Facts. Like they are deep in business. Over here in the UK, they've got a lot of corner shops, a lot of supermarkets, a lot of kebab shops too. And when I was in Germany some time back, all the kebab shops, all the doner shops, all the supermarkets were owned by Turkish people. So they're big on that, bro. Brother, did you notice? Brother, do you feel like uh, Turkish people have long money in terms of they have businesses in Germany, in Netherlands, in UK, and also in Turkey too, and they're kind of well off. Did you observe that as well, brother?
I observed that, and I also observed ones that weren't doing so well either. I mean, as well. So
Interesting, bro. Interesting. So next question for you, brother, right, is in terms of So, how are you treated, brother, as a Western black man in Turkey? So, Turkey is border Europe, Asia, Middle East, whatever, right? Big country, a huge population. Obviously, brother, you would probably stand out as a black man in Istanbul, Turkey. How were you treated there, brother, in terms of treatment?
I was treated well. One of the things that I kind of had to deal with was, we talk about the Pookies, Man Mans, and Ray Rays. With so many Turkish people having access to Germany, they get exposed to the American military over there, and it's pros and cons with that. But some of the negative aspect of it was they, the military is a broad spectrum of everybody in the United States, including some of the lesser desirables. So they talk to you, they fill you out, and once they kind of realize that you're not on the Pookie Man stuff, they treat you very well.
Interesting. So you tell me, brother, that Turkish people know the difference between a Pookie and a Ray Ray brother, and a smart intellectual brother.
Yes.
Interesting, brother. So how is that? Is it because of what they see on TV in terms of rap, or what they've experienced personally in terms of maybe a couple of Western dudes were rowdy in Turkey? How are they able to distinguish between, or how do they even know that there are different categories between brothers generally?
From what I gather from it, it's exposure. Like we talked about earlier, they've got family members running businesses all over the place, and then they'll travel and visit their family. So when you're in Germany, you're around a lot of the brothers in the military, and then there's a lot of brothers in Germany that are staying there. They're married to Turkish women. They travel to Turkey to visit the families, and then you've also got a lot of Africans who immigrate there or just passing through. So I mean, they've got access to or exposure to a wide spectrum of brothers.
Interesting, bro. So we will break down marriages between black men and Turkish women, and I think that there's problems because I know how Turkish people are. They're very clicky, very ethnocentric is that the right word to say, but they're very for their tribe and culture, right? But we need to we'll break it down later down the stream in terms of marriages between black men and Turkish chicks. So next question for you, brother, right, is in terms of investments, right? So as passport bros, hopefully when crypto pops off, hopefully when brothers actually get into IT, got some cash going with them, right? They want to invest right all around the world. It's obviously boost their income, have assets, investments. When you were there in Turkey, bro, did you observe any sort of investments opportunities there that we could take advantage of as passport bros?
I didn't really see any. I was there for an extended work trip, and I wasn't really that wasn't my mindset at the time. And then like you talked about the ethnocentric aspect of it. Majority of the business I saw were owned by Turkish individuals.
Wow. So, brother, you didn't see any sort of foreign owned businesses there?
I saw some foreign owned businesses, but it was restaurants. There was a bunch of Chinese there, and I think I saw some. There was a small population of Italians that I encountered, and I think if I remember correctly, I want to say the other group was Japanese that I saw a lot of.
Okay. Interesting. Oh, Japanese. Okay. Oh, woman.
It was like a family. It was a couple of families, and it looked like they owned a couple of restaurants, and one of them owned like a bodega, like a store where they were selling like clothing and small food items and things like that.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. So, brother, now going on to people, right? Turkish people, right? Can you break down how Turkish people are, personality wise? Are they extroverts? Are they introverts? Are they outgoing people? Are they reserved? Are they nice people? Or are they cold and bad people in your personal experience, bro? Break it down for us, please.
My personal experience, they're really warm, outgoing. Uh, some of them could be reserved, but once they opened up to you, or if you approached them and asked them a question, they were extremely helpful. There's a few times when people couldn't speak any of the languages that I was familiar with, and they would just find somebody who could speak to me. They made it like it was their job to find somebody to help me after I asked them for something.
So you tell me, brother, right? Overall, they were kind to you, they respected you, they embraced you. Like, obviously, we as black men go through a lot of racism and stereotypes in the West. Um, did you? So you tell me about they treat you with respect in Turkey?
Yes.
Wow, wow, interesting, interesting. Okay, wow. Did you get stares there as a black man, or is there a black man around us, or everyone went around their business and day?
Everybody went around their business a day. Some of the older people, they stared for a little while, especially, when I was out and about. If I had a woman with me, then they got a little attention. But other than that, I mean, people just went on about their business.
Let me make a note of that. What kind of woman in Turkey? So, woman in Turkey, marriage Turkish woman. Are we gonna break it? Okay, I know how they are, right? Especially when you're with the woman, it gets a bit iffy. And I know, bro, they're very tribalistic. So, brother, next question for you, right, is so when you touched down there in Istanbul, Turkey, what was your first impressions of it? Was it did it fulfill your expectations? Was it what you expected, or did it blow your expectations away, brother?
I didn't really go there with any expectations. I knew I was going to be there for a certain amount of time. I had a job to do, and really curious. I like history, and I was like, I want to see as much as I can see in as much time as I'm going to be here. And I think I saw everything that I wanted to see. Because and more because of some of the relationships that I was able to build when I was there.
Amazing, amazing, good stuff, bro. So, but wait, so you said how did you build relationships there, brother? In Turkey, how did you meet people? How did you meet great people? Obviously, what was your way of doing so, bro?
I had an ex girlfriend that was from Istanbul, so I contacted her. We had dated years prior. While we were in college, so she knew I was coming. So that was one relationship that I established before. And then the hotel security guy, and then two of the other people he introduced me to. And then there was a young lady that I met later on that all ended up being, great relationships.
Amazing, bro. Amazing. Is it easy? Is it easy to meet people there in Turkey? Is it easy to walk up to someone there and have an open conversation there, or is it hard?
Very easy.
Amazing, bro. Incredible. So, next question for you, brother, right, is in terms of so transportation, brother. Um, how would you move around in Istanbul, Turkey? Was it bus, train, subway, Uber, Lyft? Break it down for us, bro.
I took a bus. I walked a lot, taxi, and one of the uh, one of the gentlemen that I ended up hanging out with had a car.
Awesome, bro. Let me ask this then, right? So, brother, in terms of the cost of accommodation, right? That you use public transport, was it expensive compared to America? Was it cheap?
Uh, I'd say it's pretty cheap. Um, one of the things that I did was I'd have a conversation with the guy before I got in. I was like, hey, I'm going to be going from here to here. Like I'll pay you whatever the meter says to pay you, or whatever you want to charge me. I said, but if you hang out and you help me out with some things, man, it'll be better for you in the long run. And they all, took the bait. And the guy would drive me around. He'd take me someplace. One guy helped me order some food, get some things. He hung out for a little while. And I had another guy with me from the United States, and we just slipped the guy 20, $30. And we pretty much had a driver for the day like that.
Wow, that's awesome, bro. Okay, nice. Did you ever use Uber out there at all?
No, I never used any of the apps. I, use Uber, Lyft, or any of that stuff. I don't even know what was available at the time, but you kind of get the luck of the draw. Whoever's there is there. Where you walk outside your hotel and there's a bunch of taxis lined up. You just you can pick and choose who you want to ride with, and kind of gauge the personality on the conversation.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. So now, brother, so in terms of food, right? Was Turkish food tasty? What was your favorite cuisine as well, there, brother? Break it down for us.
All right, this is gonna blow your mind. Yeah, yes, Turkish food is good, but the best Chinese food I ever had in my life was in Istanbul. I mean, I think I ate there like 3 times.
And what did you normally order, bro?
And I was eating, the fried rice, the duck. Um, there was some chicken dish that I couldn't even pronounce, and it was extremely cheap. It was very good, fresh. And we're talking like, as ethnic Chinese food as you can think of. And because the family had been in Istanbul for generations, and they were, ethnic Chinese, still had some ties to China, and they had been running this restaurant. I think the woman said for like 30 years.
Wow. Okay. Interesting, bro. What about ethnic Turkish food? How was that?
It was delicious, like a lot of kebabs. Um, they had a lot of chicken, beef. They were pretty big on the vegetables too. I mean, I enjoyed myself, food wise while I was there.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. The Turkish kebabs are very tasty, very tasty. And was the food expensive or was it cheap?
The further you get away from the hotels and the more westernized, I hate to use the term westernized, but the more tourist attraction stuff, the stuff got a lot cheaper.
Amazing. Okay, fantastic, bro. So, bro, cost of living in Istanbul, Turkey. When you compare cost of living in Turkey to America, which is more expensive, which is cheaper? Break it down for us, bro. Tell us why.
I mean, United States is way more expensive. I mean, like I said, I was able to get just about everything that I wanted, and I think when I got back, keep in mind, job was paying for the hotel, so and I could eat at least 2 meals at the hotel for free. But when I got back, I was there for 3 weeks, and I think I spent maybe 1,000 to like $1,400, something like that.
In 3 weeks.
3 weeks, and I literally I bought whatever I wanted. I would go, um, and I'd say like, I know what I take that back. I spent another $1,000 because I bought the super expensive rug when I was there, and I shipped it home and I ended up selling it for 3,000.
Wow, amazing, bro. Amazing. So wow. Okay, interesting, bro. So, what about internet speeds out there? Was it good?
Yeah, internet speed was good, but from what I remember, it was like certain times of the day it would really lag. It could have been area where I was, and then cell service was excellent when I was there too.
Okay. Awesome, bro. So, next question for you, brother, right, is in terms of safety. So, is Istanbul, Turkey safe in the nighttime, daytime from bad people? Were you safe out there, bro, in general?
All right, this one's kind of funny. I never felt like I was in danger. Um, I usually had somebody who was Turkish with me. I will say there's some little scams and things that you need to watch out for out there. You always got to watch out for the tourist tax when you go to paying for something. But this one story, and I remember this like clear as day. We're walking down the street, and I got another American guy with me, and this guy's shining shoes. He looks up, he sees us, he keeps staring. I'm like, hey man, let's cross the street. We walk across the street. Another guy stands up, he starts walking, and he drops this brush, like a shoe shine brush, out of his pocket. He turns around, he looks at us. I'm like, we cross back across the street. And with the story that I heard they were doing was they'd get in front of tourists, they would drop something on the ground and hope the tourist would say, hey, you dropped something. And then they turn around, they start an argument with you, and then somebody else joins in the argument, and then the police show up and they extort you for money. So
Wow, what?
yes, it's it happened to some Americans like a week before we got there, so we were warned about it, and it's like one of those things you got to be on the lookout for. Uh, if you've got any type of street smarts, any type of social space awareness, there was a bunch of like Syrian children there on the streets, and they were picking people's pockets and taking things. So, like I never felt like I was in danger, but I definitely knew to watch myself. Um, One thing that I know, like your British brothers might have a problem with. I went to a club and I'm standing there in line at the club and I'm talking to this guy and he and his friends, and we're laughing, joking, having a good time. And we get up there, like where the security checkpoint is, and a guy just lifts up his shirt, pulls out a pistol, and sets it down. His buddy does the same thing. So I'm like, oh, all right. I'm from the United States, so we most of us carry firearms, or a lot of us carry firearms here. no big deal. But this guy was like standing in line. So I started talking to the security guy from the hotel. He's like, yeah, if you've got, a certain amount of threats and you can prove that, you might be in danger, then you can get a permit to carry a pistol around here. And I was like, oh. And I was like, so this guy's going to just like check his pistol at the door like everybody's checking a coat? He's like, yeah. I'm like, so after he gets drunk, afterwards, he gets to go check his pistol out and go home. And the guy looked at me like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. Fucking United States. But yeah. So
Wow.
that shocked me. But and I felt like I was safe. I never felt like I was in danger. I definitely felt like there's some situations where if I wasn't aware, then I could have gotten extorted.
So basically, that shoe shine scam, right? So they just drop their shoe shine on the floor. You say, "Hey, you dropped that." Then they start arguing with you over nothing. Then
Over
someone
nothing.
else joins in, and
Yeah.
then police comes, and then you have to pay the police money and their money as well.
Yes.
What kind of nonsense is that? Flipping heck!
I mean, I've seen like similar things like that in Mexico before, and a few other places. So it's just like, and then the kids were picking people's pockets and pulling watches and stuff off of them, and you already stand out because you're not from there, you don't look like them. So go that extra mile. Don't wear the jewelry, don't be flashy, don't be loud, and just and be aware of yourself.
So essentially, brother, so if you just walk past that shoe shine stuff right when you drop it, then don't say anything, don't look at or avoid them, nothing will happen.
Nothing will happen. I mean, they'll walk back, they'll pick it up, and they're like, all right, we didn't get this guy, we'll get the next one.
Interesting. Huh. Wow. Thank you, bro. That's very good to know. So, next question for you, brother, right, is now in terms of racism. Was there any sort of Turkish racial slur said towards you, or out in the open, or out in hip hop clubs? Did they say the N word during rap songs? Were you called the N word? Any sort of slurs, brother, in Turkish?
No, nothing. None of that. Another thing to keep in mind too is that for years, um, you know, black men from the United States have been going over there and playing basketball for years in Turkey. Professional basketball. So I'd like to say that they're pretty used to it. Now they will play the music. They're gonna play the music unedited, and if it's part of the song, it's part of the song. But I never heard anybody singing along and saying it, and I never was called any slurs, and I never felt like anybody was targeting me because of my race.
Amazing, amazing stuff, bro. So, what is a culture of Turkey? Is it a conservative culture? Is it liberal? Is it in the middle of both of them? In your opinion, break it down for us.
It's a combination of whatever you want. I mean, you go to the clubs, you got these beautiful women, and they're dressed in short skirts and they're wearing their heels, and they're scantily clad. And then you can walk down the street and you'll see a woman in a suit and in business attire. And then you go to the other side of town and it's predominantly Muslim and practicing Muslim, which I have to add, uh, and it's extremely conservative.
Interesting. So, okay, interesting there, bro. But overall, right, from your observation, conservative or liberal in Istanbul?
Overall, I say moderate.
Okay, interesting, bro. Interesting. Okay. Hmm. Turkey. Okay, bro. So, so the woman, right, in the daytime, right?
Okay.
What were they wearing? Was it like what we see in the West? Did you see tattoos, pink hair, blue hair, bull nose piercings, crazy piercings? Was that a common thing there in Istanbul?
Every now and then you see a woman with some tattoos. I didn't see any, bull nose piercings. Um, I didn't see any crazy colors of hair or anything. I mean, most of them have like just beautiful jet black hair, and I think they know there's no reason to screw that up. You might have someone that'll dye their hair blonde, but other than that, I didn't see any of the crazy stuff.
Awesome, awesome, bro. So now lifestyle, brother. So what kind of lifestyle, in your opinion, would a passport live in Istanbul, Turkey, if he was to move there?
I think if a passport bro moves there, if he's got a job and he's got access to Western money, he can live himself a nice life. He's gonna, you know, probably pay more money to live there than he would in a lot of other places. But he'll be respected. People will be curious. He can definitely build himself a nice social circle, and the ability to travel from Istanbul, Turkey, is amazing.
What, to other places in Turkey or other countries?
Other countries,
Yes, Europe, right? So you got obviously European countries around, right?
right?
Awesome, bro. So now, what kind of lifestyle is the average Turkish people living there, brother, in Turkey, in your opinion? Is it a high class lifestyle? Is it a humble lifestyle? Is it a poor lifestyle?
I'd say it's a humble lifestyle. You're gonna, the just about everybody there is employed, and the people that weren't employed, they generally, there was a reason why they weren't employed. It was self inflicted, should I say?
Okay. So let me ask you then, brother, right? So you're bringing in Western money, dollars, right? You're clearly more rich than the average population or your community that you live in, right? Did you feel any sort of animosity, brother, that obviously that you had more money than them, or there was eyes on you, and it's sort of, things could have happened to you, you could have got robbed? Was that anything like that at all happened to you?
No, I never thought that I could get robbed. I definitely,
Or
you know,
jealousy? So, it's jealousy as well, bro.
I
Carry on,
won't
bro.
say jealousy, but I don't. The tourist tax was definitely put into effect at times where, if I didn't have somebody with me who could speak the language, who would go in there and say, "Hey, like, this guy's not paying," and then all of a sudden, the price drops. And one of the things that I did too was, like, I got the Turkish lira, and then my tour guy from the hotel, he showed me other places to go where we can get a better exchange rate. And then from other travels, I knew to keep some euros on me as well. Because, like, the euros, they're like gold out there. They see the euros and everything. They get real curious and want to know, where else have you been? This is not your only place that you're traveling. And then, of course, the American dollar, like, their eyes light up when they saw that at the time. I don't know how they feel about it right now.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. So, brother, would you live in Turkey uh, for a long time, brother, or would you say it's just a short term trip for you?
It's a short term trip for me. I don't work in a profession that would allow me to live there long term.
If you could, though, would you live there?
I would definitely consider it.
Okay, interesting. What were some bad things you didn't like about something you didn't like about Istanbul, Turkey, bro?
I guess the main thing was, like, there was, like, they treat the immigrant population there, like, very bad. I mean, you saw grown men, like, throwing stuff at children. Like, at the time there was a lot of Syrian immigrants there, or refugees, and they treated them horribly. And one of the guys was trying to sell me something, and he was like, "Hey, if I sell this to you, blah blah, get to make sure you are you keep it in your pockets. Don't let these little rats snatch it from you." And he's referring to the kids on the streets, and that is,
Wow. Go on, bro.
I was just that that's one of the things that bothered me.
So, so how would black immigrants get treated there? Immigrants from Western countries, or actually, immigrants from Africa, Caribbean, how are they treated there, brother?
So I went into this one place. It was owned by an Italian guy, and I walk in there, and he starts yelling at me, like, for no reason. I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry." As soon as I said I'm sorry, and I put my hands up, like, "Hey, I'm not going to hurt you," and start walking away, he's like, "Oh, oh." All of a sudden, everything calmed down, and he's like, "Oh, he's like, you American?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm an American." And he starts apologizing to me. He's like, "Oh, he said, we get these Africans that come on here, and all they do is steal and stuff. So I just don't want them here." And I'm like, "Okay, like, that's how you'd have treated me if I was from Africa. Well, I'm not going to do business with you, for one." And but it was kind of an eye opener. Like, they had this hierarchy in their heads, like, "Hey, we don't mind doing business with you if you're black, but you better not be an African black."
That's crazy, yo. It flipping heck, bruv. That's mad. Oh, no, that's insane. Italian in Turkey
Yeah,
talking like that.
yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, like, and uh, obviously, you're Italian, you came from Italy, so you're an immigrant here too.
Absolutely, bro. Like that's disgusting. Disgusting comments there. And you see why, right? You know, I get annoyed by, you know, just how it treated. And when I make things exclusive for brothers, people get annoyed. People get angry. Why? Because of this. Because of that. You know, these kind of that's the kind of thing, right? People are thinking that are not black towards us, despite the fact that I'm educated, the brother here is educated, other Africans are also educated. In fact, Africans are doing very well in America and other Western countries, particularly in Canada too, as well, right? Um, but still, people have that preconception. That's insane, bruv.
I agree.
Any other crazy stories, brother? Any sort of treatments you saw towards other immigrant groups as well, brother? So you mentioned Syrians, you mentioned Africans, any other immigrant groups that get treated badly there?
That was all I saw when I was there.
Wow, damn, those Africans must be going for a lot in Turkey. Flipping heck. Wow. Huh.
I'd like to think that was just an isolated incident. That was just one person. So, and I don't want anybody to judge the entire country by that one incident, but that is something that I did observe.
Wow. Thank you, bro, for the honesty. Much appreciated, bro. So let's go on to the woman part, bro. Okay. So I want to ask this question, brother, right? In Turkey, okay, would you say the women there are checking for brothers and black men?
Yes, I expected you to do your this question can stop world wars and create world peace and harmony, but yes.
Oh, oh, wow. Um, can I ask why is that, brother? Why do Turkish women like black men?
you know, uh, a lot of them have family members in Germany and other places where there's a large population of military men, and I just think that they've got family members and friends who are maybe married to black men, or they've got the exposure to they love basketball there, so there's a lot of brothers over there to play basketball, and I just think over time it's an attraction that they built.
Interesting. So, brother, what was your personal experience there in Istanbul, Turkey? Would you say you were getting looks from the women there? They were checking for you. You went on dates. You were getting play. What was your personal experience there with the women there, brother, in Turkey?
So I had experience with three women when I was there. Um, One of them, I'd known before. I sent you the picture of me with her on. I sent that to you on IG. The other one I met at a mall there, and I spent a lot of time with her. And then the third one was actually a Muslim woman who, I mean, she was just all around like a great person. And then there was plenty of other women who, you know, showed choosing signals and showed interest, but it was generally when I was with another woman. And I had a friend of mine who was with me who, and he doesn't do well in the United States, but he got a lot more attention there than he got anywhere else.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. Interesting, brother. So, your advice, brother, to navigate Turkey, right? Where are the best places for us to meet women in Istanbul, Turkey, in your honest opinion, brother? Is it the library? Is it the parks? Is it the museum? Is it wine tasting? Break it down for us, bro.
First thing I'm gonna tell you, when you get there, get yourself like a list of places like tourist places there because they're gonna be working in that hospitality field, and they're gonna have a lot more exposure and a lot more open minded, and they're gonna approach you, they're gonna talk to you, and if they're interested, you shoot your shot, you got a chance. After that, just walking down the street, just cold approaches on the streets work great there too.
Interesting, bro. And we'll touch upon that very soon. So, but you mentioned that when you're walking down the street, with a woman, right? You got looks. Was it evil looks? Was it jealous looks? Was it looks of what the? Why is a black guy with a woman? That kind of look, brother?
I think it was more like curiosity, and it was like, they're looking at you like, okay, like, why is she with him? And then after that, I think it was kind of like, man, that's a good looking girl, like, go him, whatever, there might have been some jealousy mixed in there too. But
Interesting.
I
No,
never felt like I was threatened.
okay, bro. Okay, but I'm from the UK, bro. Okay, and I've come across some brothers that I found it hard to date Turkish women in the UK. Parents don't approve of it. Turkish dudes get jealous. In some extreme cases, women get threatened not to date a black man. Um, was that a theme you heard, brother, in Istanbul, Turkey? Did women tell you that? Did your friend tell you that? Did your ex tell you that, bro? Because I know it's not easy and smooth sailing when a black man dates a Turkish chick.
Yeah, I didn't have any problems there. Uh, I'd heard from another guy. His funny, like, I knew him. We served in the Marine Corps together, and I saw him as I was leaving, and he was going there to visit his ex-wife's family to pick his kids up. And he was like, what are you doing out here in Turkey? And I was like, oh, everything like that. He said, man, he's like, I was married to a Turkish woman, man. He's like, and the family never approved of it. He said, and the only thing saving grace was we had kids, and they love my kids. He said
Wow.
that was, the only experience that I heard about there. And I'm just one man. It's just my experience.
Do you think that um you know he got divorced to his Turkish ex-wife because of the family issues?
I mean, knowing him, no, it's probably because he got caught with with another woman.
Okay. Oh man. So, next question for you, bro, is okay. So, how do we communicate out there in Turkey? Is English enough, particularly if the woman, or do you have to know Arabic?
Uh, English is good. They speak Turkish a lot, and then I heard some people speak French there. But English is good. I mean, I don't think I ever, unless I was talking to an older person or somebody who may not have had the educational experience, I can't count how many people I ran into that did not have some understanding of English.
Okay, interesting, bro. So, but the woman that you were dealing with, they spoke English.
Yes.
Okay, awesome, bro. Um, so for me, brother, right? Um, you know, um, I was gonna mention. So, okay, wait, hold on. So, feminism. Okay. When you were out there, brother, in Istanbul, Turkey, was there a strong feminist vibe,
Oh,
brother,
that
amongst the women?
yeah, that disease is prevalent there.
Oh, break it down for us, bro. Flipping heck.
Uh, like just about everybody there works. So like you, this one woman I was out with, she was just determined that she was going to pay for her half, or she was going to buy things and everything. And she was like, she's like, I know what Americans are like, and I don't want you to think that I need you. She's like, I'm here. I want to be with you. I'm like, okay, And then she played the whole, like, I'm an independent woman, and I heard that from several women when I was there. And then some of them that were in the clubs and stuff, you could definitely get the vibe from them that they were feminists. And you start talking to them, and they think you're with the military or something like that. The first thing that this woman told me as I was talking to her, she was like, you're not gonna about to take me to some base and have me pregnant sitting in the house just having babies for you.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, no, no, no. The evil, the poison known as feminism has reached Turkey. Oh my goodness. Oh no. How bad is it compared to America?
Uh, I'd say nowhere near as close. I the the Muslim woman that I met when I was there, I mean, she was like completely opposite end of everything.
Okay. You know, every time I keep hearing this, right, Islam appears to be a glitch in the matrix, and if it really comes down to it, right, if things get so bad in the West where the society is able to, successfully navigate or stop the passport bros movement or make women around the world so feminist that being a passport bro is immune to it, like it won't even, um, you can't stop it by being a passport bro. Going to Islam and finding a Muslim chick may just be the best choice scenario. Um, is that a fair statement, brother? Do you think that Islam is the last bastion against feminism and finding a good, righteous woman?
Brother, I agree with you 100%. Uh, if you want me to tell you about this Muslim girl, like it'll blow your mind.
Break it down.
She was absolutely beautiful. She's working in a restaurant there, and I started talking to her, chatted her up, and she just kind of smiled and laughed and everything. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, man, I don't know how to proceed with this. So I was like, hey, can I give you a call? And she's like, no, you can't give me a call, but you know where I work, and I would like to, I'd like to see you again. So I was like, okay. So I come up there the next day after I get done working, and I'm talking to her, and she's like, hey, I'm after I get off work, would you sit here with me? So we're sitting there and we're talking. I'm like, hey, do you want to go somewhere else? And she's like, no, like you're not a Muslim man and you're not my family, and it'd be kind of shameful for me to be seen out and about with you. So I'm like, okay. So after a couple of days of like hanging out with her for a little bit, she brings one of her friends there, and we all go. And she takes me and she's like, "Hey, well, would you wear this for me?" And she bought this hat, and I still got it to this day. And she was like, if people see this, they're gonna at least think that you're a Muslim man, and we can spend more time together this way. So I was like, all right, So I wore the hat. She took me to places and things that I never would have seen, like completely off the beaten path. We went to the Blue Mosque, and I had a lot of exposure to Islam, so and I've had friends there, Muslim my entire life, so I was kind of versed in some of the customs and things like that. And she loved, the fact that I knew something about religion. And then she's like, if you are willing, to revert to Islam, and I'm like, what do you know? And then she told me, like, they believe that everybody is born Muslim, and that some of us lose our way, but if we revert back to our true ways, then we will become Muslim again. And
Wow.
she's like, I would marry you. Like,
To you, brother? To
yeah,
you? She said
yeah.
that?
Told me. So, and then I was, I got to the point where, like, I always tell a woman, like, if you're with me, like, I don't want you touching doors. Like, we walk into a place, you step to the side, I will open the door for you. You walk to the table, I'll pull the chair out for you and everything. And she took it right. There was no pushback. There was none of the problems that I've had, in the West about, I can open a door myself and I can do this and I can do that. I mean, she went straight to it.
Wow.
And,
Incredible.
she was
Go on.
absolutely great.
Trained, right? Amazing. So, brother, did you make a wifey? Did you wife her up?
Obviously not, man. Nah, they will have to, I guess I have to discuss this on another, on Patreon or something for you, describe it, how everything played out.
Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness.
But,
Yeah, Patreon. Come on, bro.
I looked her up on Facebook, and she's married to a Somali. Looks like a Somali guy. And they've got a couple of like think 3 kids. So, she definitely, stayed true to like she's only gonna marry a Muslim man.
Wow, incredible. Um, I, wow, is Islam the answer to everything? Wait, brothers in the live stream chat, press on one in the live stream chat if you believe that Islam is the answer to everything. Press a two if you disagree, because it just sounds to me that Islamic chicks, right? If you get the right one, she's extremely wifey. We know a lot of Christian chicks. I'm not saying not, I'm not saying all, but a lot of Christian chicks, right, are a bunch of frauds. High body counts, they're in the church to repent. You know, um, be careful with these Christian chicks. And I'm not saying all Christian chicks are three or fours, but quite a few are. I mean, obviously, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Ruby Rose. They're all. I don't know, but I think some of them are Christian, and look at how they behave. So, um, now I'm not saying Islam is perfect, but could it be the cure to everything? Do we need the whole world to be Islamic? Do we need I don't know, brothers, because like things gotta be put back in check, man. Because I'm it's getting frustrating, man, just as to how it is the feminism is spreading even in Turkey, you know? And uh, it comes to a point where I'm thinking maybe I might just get me a Muslim chick, right? The hard thing is just converting, you know? But yeah, you have option one. Option one is that you convert to her religion and you marry a Muslim chick and she's a virgin, low body count chick. Or option two, right? You don't convert and you wife up a three or four. I'm going with option one. F it. I might just do option one, brothers, because you know if it gets so bad, I might have to get me a Muslim chick, and hopefully I don't have to convert to Islam. But uh, let me know, brothers, man. Like, brother, what's your thought, Mr. K?
Man, I'm right with you. I was actually, I got out of my marriage not too long ago, and I looked up that chick because I mean, it's just one of those things that played it back in my head. It's like everything that I lost and everything that I went through. I probably lost about $80,000, to get the divorce, and I'm like, man, if I just would have, been a little bit more open minded when I was younger, I could have had that Muslim girl, and I'd probably still be with her. She went out and she obviously, she married another brother, and he was a Somali guy who was, raised Islam, raised Muslim, in the Islamic faith, and they looked happy. I mean, I just took a little quick peek on Facebook, and there they were.
Wow, flipping heck. So we got feminism destroying South Korea. We got feminism making its way down in Turkey, right? But the thing that's pushing back, and South Korea is supposed to be a Christian nation, and feminism done taking over. I mean, maybe Islam is the way. Maybe Islam is the way. Maybe we need Islam chicken. Maybe we got to get a million black men to convert to Islam. Shout out to Aussie, right? Maybe we got to do that because I'm at a point where if things get so bad, right, where the whole world is just destroyed by feminism and 304 culture and wholeflation. Don't forget wholeflation. The Muslim chick in Saudi Arabia, she might be waiting for us, man. Maybe we need South Korea. I don't. Maybe Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE. They got the way they live is the right way, brothers. You know. So some brother mentioned Pakistan to me the other day and Sri Lanka. Pakistan is a Muslim country, and the women there seem to be in check, and they're Muslim. So perhaps Islam is the way, brothers. Look at this. Look at that, bruv. Look at this. A Pakistani woman I went to with my job said Pakistani woman will convert to what her husband's religion. Oh my goodness, man. Because brothers, I'll keep it real with you. Even Japanese chicks, I'm not 100% right all the way with Japanese chicks. right? Again, they're not religious. They don't believe in God. Japanese women, right? And a woman that doesn't believe in a higher power, there'll be problems there, brothers. Where is she getting her morality from? Where is she getting her morality from? Right? If she don't believe in God, Jesus Christ, Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, or Allah, or some sort of religion, right? If she don't believe in that, I think there'll be problems. She needs to believe in a higher power. That's why I'm not all the way 100% in with Japan and Japanese women. A lot of them don't believe in God. A lot of them are godless. So where's your morality coming from? That's one of the reasons why there's a high cheating rate, a high cheating culture in Japan right now. Huge cheating culture. I told you on this channel, I'm gonna give you the truth and nothing but the truth. I'll give you the bad, the good and the ugly. The good, the bad, and ugly. They cheat all over the place in Japan, brothers. Huge cheating culture. And once again, lack of God in that country. Try and put pieces of the puzzle together, brothers. Is Islam the way forward? Is the way Islamic countries do things the best way? Maybe. I'm not saying it's correct, but maybe. Ain't that right, K2?
I'm with you.
Awesome, bro. So, brother, next question. And obviously, I think maybe got to do a live stream on this very soon because I'm just thinking the way Islam is moving, I'm loving it. I'm loving the way they move. I'm loving the way they think. I'm loving the way how the women are kept in check. Right? Maybe Islam is. Let me not get too deep into it. So, brother, what about other? So, let me ask this, brother. Right? Are Turkish women good looking facially?
Beautiful.
Break it down for us. What's your favorite feature on a Turkish chick?
Yeah, they they've got, most of them had really long hair. They were very feminine. If they wore makeup, they didn't just paint their face. It didn't look like they're, like war paint on their face. It was just enough to just enhance their beauty. And a lot of
Amazing.
them were in really good physical shape. Like Istanbul, like there's a lot of walking there. So you didn't see a lot of them that were overweight. And the gym that in the hotel where I was staying, it was a good gym. And I'm in there working out in the morning, and the staff that worked at the hotel, some of them would come and work out before they went to work. So it seemed like
Wow.
fitness was a priority for them as well.
So, brother, they got obviously, brother. I love slim, thick chicks, brother. Right? Not too big, no BBLs, but nice, curvy, but slim, thick. Not too thick thighs. Right, perfect shape there. Is that in abundance there in Istanbul? Skinny, slim, thick chicks, bro.
Yes.
Huh. Wow. And brother, also, I think it's very important for brothers to know that it's a very diverse looking country. You can get blonde hair, blue eyes woman, right? Green hair, black haired woman. And that's actually the real natural hair and eye color. Did you see that? And red hair as well, brother. Did you see that as well too?
Yeah, I saw one woman there was redhead, and I want to say she said something like her father was from Ireland, but her mother was Turkish. So yeah,
Yeah. And
a
did you
lot.
see that? You see, go on, bro.
I didn't see it a lot, but I saw it once for sure.
And you saw like different colored eyes, different colored hair, right?
Yes, and then
Uh,
there was a bunch of there's a lot of Asian people there too.
Asian meaning Chinese, Japanese, Korean.
Yes, I told
Okay.
you like the Chinese place that I went to eat several times. There, and then there was a Japanese shop that was there as well. And I think they told me that there's a decent sized Japanese population, but I saw like like two businesses that are run by Japanese people.
Okay. So, brother, obviously in Turkey, right? The woman's noses, right? When you say that the average Turkish woman has, a very defined nose, long, yeah, is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I saw some of that. I know what you're talking about. I mean, like it's one of those things, man. I will look past something like that, for a good package. And I saw a lot of good packages, and it's like, and you can't expect everybody to be perfect, right? Nobody is. So I was like, yeah, this girl's nose isn't all that nice, but hey, everything else. And like a lot of them like will try to like, they want to get rid of that. And I guess that there is some plastic surgery culture there. I know I talked to two British guys over there, and they were there to get hair transplants. And they're talking about like, Turkey's one of the places on the list for the best plastic surgery and most affordable.
Mm. Also, teeth as well. They're good at teeth apparently in Turkey. A lot of people in the UK go there to fix their teeth in Turkey. So, Baba, would you say the nose thing, right? That's quite common there amongst the women in Turkey, right?
Yeah, it's probably about 30%.
That's high, bro. Flipping heck, fam. Wow. Yeah, but obviously, maybe some brothers are into, long noses. So if you're into long nose women, brothers, press a one in the live stream chat. If you're not into them, press a two. If you're not into long nose women, press a two. Um, so, Bobby, yeah, it is. There's a huge plastic surgery culture there. But would you say there's a lot of women that look unusual there in Turkey because they've carried on a nose job or some sort of work?
No, I mean, there's I forget the name of this club we went to, but the guy from the hotel, he took us to a club, and I mean, there's a whole bunch of breast augmentation there. But other than that, man, I didn't see one BBL the whole time I was there. I didn't see, and I saw some definitely, some ones where you could kind of tell they were wearing their hair in a manner to cover up where they'd had, their face tightened up and things like that. But it was I didn't see, a lot of like too much work being done.
Awesome. Awesome, bro. So next question for you, bro. Okay, is so were other races of women there, brother, checking for you? So the Asian so sorry, let me rephrase that, brother. What other race of women, brother, did you observe there apart from the Asian chicks?
Uh, so one of my coworkers met up with some Ethiopian women that were there, and then there was a bunch of women from a bunch of German women there that some of the guys I was working with were running around with too.
Interesting. So brother, would you say the women that weren't Turkish were checking for brothers?
Yes, yeah. There's one particular brother I know, um, and I guess he is not. He's not a man who gets a lot of women in the United States, but he did fairly well while we were there.
With what race of women?
I saw him. He saw him with two German girls, a Turkish woman, and one of the Ethiopian girls.
Interesting, brother. So let me ask this, brother, right? The Asian woman there in Istanbul, were they checking for you? Did you see Asian women with black men?
I didn't see any with black men besides, the one that my coworker had pulled with him.
Oh, okay. And was she Chinese?
Yeah, she was Chinese.
Was she good looking?
She was above average. I mean, she was built very nicely.
Okay. And brother, is your friend dark skin or light skin black?
He's a light skinned black guy.
Okay, it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense. Okay, I can see why he would get that. Obviously, you know how Chinese people feel towards dark skin. I don't recommend Chinese women for dark skin for black men, but particularly dark skin black men. The colorism in China is amongst Chinese people is off the charts.
Yeah, and
Um, go on,
even
bro.
even if they like you and they find you attractive, it could be difficult on your children.
Mm. Facts, bro. Facts. Absolute facts. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Shout out to a couple of super chats here. Shout out to Mr. Alfro Strobes for the $2 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Please get the likes up. It's free. Yeah, bro, we got over 110 people watching, man. Let me check the likes real quick. Let me check the likes. Okay. Ah, hell nah. Hell nah. We got over 110 people and less than 100 likes. Hell nah. Come on, brothers, man. Show me some support here, right? Y'all gotta support what I'm doing, man. It's 2:08 a.m. over here in the UK, right? Y'all gotta support, please. Right, hit the super chats and get the likes up at least. Shout out to Mr. Aisa A for the $2 super chat. IIP, I think you should check out the Middle East. Yes, indeed, man. I think the Middle East is going to be a lot of saviors to passport bros, particularly conservative thinking passport bros. Right, if you're a conservative passport bro, if you're really into family, etc., right, Middle East can be a good spot for us. Saudi Arabia, right? Iraq, Iran.
I would recommend anybody.
This was like, hey, Iraq, Iran, you right, IP? But I'm just saying, brothers, right? Like, you know, but brothers, Saudi Arabia can be a spot, right?
Yeah, Saudi Arabia and Kuwait.
Oh, Saudi. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna keep it on topic here, but brothers, I think Middle East can be potential for brothers, man. You come as a clean cut black man. You come respectful, right? You meet the family. Listen, I want to wife you up. This woman over here, that's your daughter. She's a beautiful woman. I look after her. It could be a spot, man. It could, you know. And maybe Islam is the future. Maybe the whole world should turn Islamic to save humanity, because feminism is growing, brothers. It's a disgusting sickness and illness, feminism. I mean, we gotta stop it. You know. So next question for you, bro. Okay, is so can you deal with different women at once in uh in Istanbul, Turkey? So if I got a main Turkish chick right, I tell her, hey, I love you, baby girl, but guess what? There's a chick down there in the corner shop. There's a chick that works at McDonald's there that only with my girlfriend. But guess what? You're gonna be my main chick, and they'll be my side chicks. Is that okay, bro? Or would that be a problem?
So I can only speak of like this one particular like situation I had going on. I had my ex girlfriend there, and she was out with us and stuff, and she was introducing us to girls and bringing girls around us, and we were still doing our thing. If the next day, like she introduced me to a girl, I'd hang out with that girl, get the girl's number, we'd be chatting it up on WhatsApp, whatever, dancing together and everything like that. And then, she either, come back to the hotel with me, or if she knew I was out with another girl, she played it cool and stayed away. Like, hey, let him have his fun.
Okay,
So
interesting.
I don't know how majority of it works, but that's what I had going on there. And then when I started getting a little bit more involved with the Muslim girl, she was pretty much like, you know, we're not married, we're not together. I really like you, I want to be with you, but you're not going to convert. And she's like, can I understand that, you're a man and you're out here and women are going to like you. She said, I just don't want to see it.
Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay. Hmm. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. Some potential there. So, what about, brother, body count? So, I take that very seriously, bro. God forbid I marry a 3 or 4. God forbid you marry a 3 or 4. Next time, brother or brothers in the nice chat marry a 3 or 4. God forbid. We don't want that in our lives. Brother, in your opinion, right? Would you say could we, you know, is the average chick in Turkey, Istanbul, got a low body count, or would you say, oh, high body count based on what you observed, the feminism, are they getting down like that?
Yeah.
What's your observation there, bro?
Based on what I observed, you're going to run into some high body count women. Um,
Oh,
if you go, if you're in the areas where it's predominantly Muslim, you're not going to run into that there. I don't think I encountered a single, you know, person of Islamic faith who was a 304.
okay, brother. Let me ask this right, brother. Right. Let me ask this right. Big time, right? So, okay. Do you know these Muslim spots? You can name drop for us now, brother. The names of it, please, because I'm very interested there, brother, in the Muslim spots.
There was really no spots. I mean, it's not like they had a club to hang out or anything like that. You go to the restaurants and you look for, things that you recognize as being of that faith, or if you're around and it's during prayer time, then that's a real huge, indicator, obviously, of that faith. If the rug comes out and you see them all praying together, and
Mm,
the women are going to be, the ones that I encountered were, they were very animate about like not being seen in public with a man who was with a non-Muslim man. They were very animate about, um, you know, not dishonoring their family or their family's reputation.
okay. So you said that you can run into some high body count woman. That's a shame in Turkey, bro. A supposedly Muslim country. I can't believe it. But so what made you think that, the women there in Istanbul, some of them have high body counts? Is it based about what they're wearing, what you heard, brother, stories? Can you
Uh,
break it down for us, bro?
What I heard, what I saw, what I did. You know, um,
Damn.
we go to a club and we're in there. I mean, the alcohol is pouring because it's Turkey is. I think want to say Turkey is known for having like the highest percentage of non-practicing Muslims, and that's why you
Mm,
go to a club and you can get alcohol and all the things that aren't prevalent in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait. It just out in the open, and it was if you're out there and you're having a good time, you start talking to a female, and she knows you're not there for a long period of time. If she likes you, she's got no problem whatsoever going back to your hotel with you or anything.
wow. So, brother, how does one spot 304s in Turkey? What were Brother, what kind of things could happen that can alert your spidey senses?
The
And
first
that's where the Spider Man. Come, bro.
uh, the first thing I always ask them is, where have they traveled? If they tell me they've been to Germany, then chances are they've been around a bunch of American men. Like that's one thing. And then, if they're speaking English with an accent, but the slang is spot on, that's a clear indicator right there. And then, what they're wearing, like the more that, because it's very easy to get a hold of like you know, uh knockoff Gucci and what was the other one there? uh Dulce and like all the high end brands. The more that they are into that kind of stuff, chances are that they got a high body count.
Wow. Wow. So they've been to Germany. Hmm.
Yeah,
Interesting, bro.
if they say like I've got family in Germany or something like that, or you start talking to them and they're like, oh, my sister, she likes black guys. When we were in Germany, she was dating black guys, and I had a black boyfriend when I was there. And it's like, all right, how many Americans, have y'all been around? Because like, I'm an American man, and I know the culture, and we don't wait for women. Like if we're gonna get it from you, we'll get it from somebody else, and you're not gonna keep our interest for the most part without it.
Dang. Wow. Okay. Yo, Turkey sounding like okay. No, this is some great intel, bro. I'm loving this stream, bro. I really am. We may have to do a Patreon, bro, in the future.
Oh yeah,
Um,
you'll love that.
let's do it then, brother. I'll reach out to you for that later on.
Sure.
So next question for you, brother, right, is in terms of um So, are Turkish chicks wifeable, brother, in your opinion?
If you can catch one, uh, like that's I definitely say if they're a practicing Muslim, yes. I because like that Muslim girl that I met there, like she was so into her faith that she was like she was not willing to convert to anything else. I mean, it was like plain and simple, like, no, you're not a Muslim man. And the fact that she didn't want to be seen in public with me, it's just like pretty much she wanted a chaperone because she wanted to protect her family's reputation.
Wow.
And
So, go on.
and to expand on that, it wasn't a race thing because she married a black man. He was just a Muslim from. He looks like he's Somalian. So her family would have been perfectly okay with her marrying me had I been Muslim.
Interesting, bro. So, but would you say Turkish chicks would cook, clean, look after kids, stay at home mom, you know, just be a good wife in general, from
So
what you saw and what you observed?
that the security guy from the hotel, when we got real close, his mother invited us to the house and she cooked for us, like I mean, she just a huge spread, just all kinds of food. And we sat there and we ate, and she was just so thankful, because her son was making more money during those 3 weeks than he probably made for the rest of the year. And he was like, yeah, you guys ever come back here, even if I'm not here, just come here. My mother remember you, she will cook for you. And I know his father had passed away, and I mean, they were like very big on family. And his brothers had left. They were living in Germany, and he had stayed back. He was the youngest to take care of mom, and it was very family oriented. Like everybody was sending money back to them and everything. And he was sitting there working, taking care of mom, and she was ecstatic. She had us there cooking food and everything. And then the Muslim girl, her and her sister cooked a bunch of food for me and one of my coworkers. And when we were all hanging out, she brought it all out there because she was like, I want to, I know you go to restaurants and stuff, but I want you to make sure that you eat something that's good for you.
Wow. So now let me ask this, brother. Right? Let me ask this now. In terms of femininity and yeah, particularly being feminine, brother, are Turkish chicks on average feminine?
Yes.
In what way?
They're going to get their hair done. They're going to get their nails done. They're going to wear clothing that complements a feminine figure. You don't see them with, the baggy clothes and looking like men. And, and most of them, like good portion of the ones that I was around, they didn't even curse. Like you didn't hear a lot of profanity coming out their mouths. And I hate it when I'm around a woman and she's constantly cursing. Like it's such a turn off to me.
Facts, bro. Oh, yeah. Also saying, dude, bro, man, that's a turn off, man. Don't call me that. Don't. I'm not your dude. I'm not your man. I'm not. Bro, dude, all that stuff. Oh, yeah, obviously, I can be your man if you're my girlfriend, but in terms of like, yeah, man, awesome, man, f off, man. Nah, that's that's disgusting. I don't want to hear a woman say dude or bro. That's sickening. It makes me sick. You know. A woman saying dude and bro is is even worse than feminism. Actually, no, I don't think so. No, it's
No,
just underneath feminism. So next question for you, bro, is okay, incredible stream so far. Do you think Turkish chicks are submissive? Would they submit to their man on average, or some 50-50?
I say 50-50. If you get, you know, if you get away from the feminism, then yes. Like the way that our little tour guide, security guy from the hotel, the way he was talking about his family and the way his mother was, I don't think she ever stepped outside the house, while his father was alive. Like she took care of the house. The house was spotless when we went there, and the way he made it seem was like, she was really excited because she had more than one person to cook for, which she hadn't had since, except for when his brothers come to visit and when we came.
Okay. So if you're dating a Turkish chick, right, and you ask her to bathe and moisturize you in the bathtub, right? You ask her, hey, you know, come in the bathtub. Can you scrub my back? Can you bathe me head to toe? And after you finish bathing me, can you moisturize me from head to toe? But will she do it?
I think that Muslim girl would have done everything like that if I was married to her.
Damn. So maybe IP needs him a Muslim chick because the way this brother's plugging in Mr. K, Muslim, Islam, Islam. I think I think this is it, man. Okay, can I find me a Japanese Muslim chick? Potentially, actually. Do you know what, brother? Right?
There's some
Islam is come, bro.
Yeah, there's some out there. I mean, it's the number one religion. I mean, most popular religion in the world.
Yeah, and it's also growing in Japan. Islam. You know, so this is interesting, man, because they're doing everything right. They're doing everything right. You know, and I love to see it. Shout out to the shout out to Islam. Shout out to our Muslims worldwide, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. Don't let the West destroy your culture. Push back, right? Push back against the filth and degeneracy. So, next question for you, brother, right, is if you were to take a Turkish chick, brother, okay, from America, sorry, from Turkey, and you move it to America, will she keep to her Turkish ways, or will she change to the toxic American culture, feminism, hating men, etc., etc.?
And it's all about what you expose her to. Like the Turkish girl that I dated when I was in college. When I first met her, she was started off all right, and then towards the end of our relationship, she was just as bad as every other westernized woman that I've been around.
Brother, do you think that American culture ruined her?
Definitely.
Do you believe? Do you think it was a rap music, TV shows like Sex and the City, the feminism, the whole liberal culture? Do you think that was the main cause, or was there like a particular cause in American culture that destroyed her mentality? What's your thoughts?
I think it was the college lifestyle of like, hey, you can go out, you can get drunk, you can party, you've only got to go to class 3 days a week, and her family was just funneling money to her, so she didn't have as long as her grades were okay, there's really nothing else to hold her accountable. So, and then she just you get exposed to just the degenerate culture of American college life.
Facts, bro. Facts. American college life is just wow. Women rack up body counts in the 50s by 21
Yeah.
in American college life. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Um, Again, another W, another win for Islam. That's not happening in a Muslim country. A woman racking up body counts of that number in an Islamic university. That's not happening. So again, it keeps going back to, is Islam the future? Maybe it is, right? So once again, right, when you live in a degenerate godless society, right, freaky stuff happens. And again, I'm gonna keep plugging in Japan here, right? Right. That's why I'm not 100% all in Japan. It's an atheist, godless society, right? So definitely freaky stuff happening out there. And I'm not saying all women get down as freaks, right? But some do, right? How do you spot them, right? Do your vetting, etc., etc. It's not a game out here, brothers, man. Remember, y'all gonna be IT bros, crypto bros, have your ish in order. You don't want to marry the wrong woman. You don't want to marry the wrong woman. The wrong woman can essentially ruin you, take all your assets away, leave you dead broken in the streets, leave you homeless. I'm at a point where I'm not too fussed about beauty. All right. Yeah, we all love a beautiful woman, right? But give me a 7 out of 10 chick. Give me a 6 out of 10 chick, right? But it's feminine, cooperative, submissive, a virgin, particularly a virgin, right? Send that over to me. Than a chick that's 10 out of 10, got a body count of 80, disrespectful, right? Thinks her ish don't stink, right? Look beyond the face, her values, her family. I ain't playing no games, man. Because when things pop off real time, you know, you want the right woman in your life, man. I'm telling you. So next question for you, bro, is let me see here. So, brother, did you come across, brother? Would you say the women that you dealt with were conservative or liberal in their thinking?
Oh man, it's like you're trying to get me to plug Islam again. Uh, the the Muslim girl was very conservative, and I'd say there was one other woman that I met there. I didn't get to know her too well, but she came across as extremely conservative. Um, but there was also some feminist uh, traits in her where she was like, you know, she's pretty much saying like, when she gets married, the man has to have this, this, and this, blah, blah. And she's not giving herself to a man of lesser value. And, she made it obvious that, she made it, at least she stated that she was a virgin and that she was saving herself to a man actually earned her. I mean, but, she was definitely conservative, but, that feminist behavior and feminist traits were there too. And then a
Amazing.
bunch of liberal stuff going on too.
Wow. So, next question for you, brother. Right? Did you meet rich women in Istanbul?
Two.
Okay. And how did you meet these women, brother? And were they checking for brothers in you?
Uh, One of them, I don't know if she was really checking for me. Like I had a large group of women around me, and she came over, introduced herself, and she seemed very curious about why we were there because we weren't like in the typical like touristy areas. Like we were really like off the beaten path, like enjoying the nightlife of Istanbul. And she bought everybody there, a couple of drinks. And if we would wanted to, she just would have kept them coming. We talked and everything, and then afterwards, when everything was shutting down, she hopped in. It was it was a BMW, but it was like a series that I had not seen in the United States. And I've known from my travels in Europe, there's a lot of vehicles over there that don't make it to the American market, but they're overseas. And she hopped in that and drove off. And then the other one, she owned some type of store, and she let it be known that like she had some money, and she wasn't going to be impressed with anything that we tried to throw at her.
Wow. So, brother, the first one, right, just walked up to you guys in the bar.
Yes,
Wow. Interesting. I think she was checking for you, bro.
she might have been. Like definitely had the pre-selection going on because I had a bunch of women with me that night.
So, but how were you able to obviously hang out with a bunch of women that night? Was it for your ex that invited them over?
Yeah, she invited them all out, and then there was this other woman that I met a few nights prior who was just trying to get as much time with me as she could before I left. So she came. She brought like two friends, and then my ex had like three or four of her friends with her. And one of the guys I was with, he had a girl, and she had a friend with her as well.
Amazing, bro. So interesting, brother. Let me ask this right. Would you date a rich woman, bro?
Yes, I have before.
Okay. And brother, do you feel like the more money she has, right, the more arrogant she is, the more feminist she is, the more she feels like, listen, I make more money, I make more money than you. You can't tell me what to do. You can't, blah blah blah. Did you experience that, brother, in your relationship with a rich woman?
So the first one that I dated that was rich, all she really wanted was me to drop everything and just give her all my time. And I didn't like that because, if I drop everything and just live off of her, then, I got, if the things don't work out, she gets rid of me, I got nothing.
Mm.
So that, and the other one, she came from money, and, her father like sat me down and was like, hey, like, I know you got your career and everything like that. He said, but no, I'll pay for you to go to law school.
Damn.
And I'm like, like, dude, I'm doing all right for myself, man. I'm not really trying to. drop everything and go to law school. I appreciate the gesture and everything. And I'll send you a picture of her. Like, we broke up like a month after that, and like 6 months later, she was married to this dude that was just a scrub. But he probably did everything that her daddy wanted him to do. And I don't even know if they're still married or not. But it was a funny thing. 'Cause my friends were like, "Hey, bro, she went from being with you to this dude," and they sent the picture, and it's like, wow, like total downgrade.
So, brother, those two chicks, right? Were they Turkish?
No, they were both American.
Black American?
No, both white Americans.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so one of them wanted you to be a stay-at-home, guy, find your lifestyle. That's crazy. And the other one wanted to go to law school, basically, prep you up to be the kind of man that they want you to be, they wanted them to for you to be. Interesting. Wow. So but when you were dating, but were you in charge? Were you the masculine figure? When dating a rich chick, or is that taking a step back? I've always wondered.
Yeah, it was a masculine figure. I mean, it's like I this one particular time, and I don't want to get too off topic on this, but like she wanted to celebrate my birthday, so we flew down to Miami, and I was like, all right, you buy the plane tickets and I'll book the hotel. So I booked the hotel. She buys the plane tickets. We fly down there. We get the rental car. We drive to the hotel, and she's like, we stay in a hotel for like 2 nights, and she was like, hey, I'm gonna get us another hotel. I want to be more close to the action. So she puts us in some 5-star hotel, and then on my birthday, she rented a bunch of like time for me to go out there and drive like super exotic cars. Like there's a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, and I think a McLaren. And it was,
Wow.
it's like, hey, all this other stuff, that she just threw money away. And it did make me feel kind of uncomfortable because I don't come from that. So I'm like, man, how much is she spending? Like it's just a birthday. I got another one coming next year, hopefully.
Damn. So, brother, in terms of religion, right? The women that you dealt with in Turkey. So, obviously, one was Muslim. Were the others atheist?
One of them is definitely atheist. That was my ex because she like completely turned her back on Islam at a very young age. And then
Oh,
the other one, I think she was like a non-practicing Muslim.
wow. Can I ask why she turned back on Islam?
She had a situation that we can't really discuss on this
Of
kind of form.
course. Hmm. Okay, that's fine, bro.
Yeah.
So, next question for you, brother, right, is so when you were out there, brother, right, was social media a problem, brother, amongst the women?
Oh yes, they all wanted to take pictures and post it to the gram and Facebook this, Facebook that. You start talking to a girl, you ask her for a number, and she's like, "Well, just add me on Facebook." And it was like, "Oh, like I'm not adding you on Facebook. Like either you get my number, or we don't talk anymore."
We just brother, it's a point where it's getting bad like it is in the West, where arrogance, the constant DMs from guys online. Is it getting that bad over there in Istanbul?
I didn't get the behind the scenes, like how many DMs and stuff they were getting, but I'll tell you, this is one of the funniest things I remember was the club where the guy brought the two guys had the guns in there. They had a parking lot in the back with a bunch of really nice cars, and there was chicks out there just taking pictures in front of these cars, and they were just posting it online as quick as they could, just to show them outside this nice club with these cars, throw it on the gram. And I think like a couple of them, it didn't even look like I don't even think they even came in because the cover charge was pretty high.
Wow. Okay, bro. So, next question, brother, is let me see. Uh, so, brother, the nightlife scene, clubs and bars, brother, right? So, how is that over there, brother? The nightlife scene, brother, is it popping? Is it a vibrant nightlife scene? Is it some of the best in the world, brother?
Oh, man, I'm not gonna say some of the best in the world. Yeah, because like I've been to Thailand before, and I've been to Sydney, Australia. but it's popping. I mean, you can have a good time out there, and the like you definitely know that like while you might walk past a couple of mosques and you see some people praying, and there is Islamic presence there. As soon as you walk in the club, it's like being in Dubai, where it's like the I forgot how this guy told me, but he was like the it's outside the kingdom and Allah is blind to it.
Interesting. Okay. So, were there any favorite clubs and bars you like going to there in Istanbul? If you can remember the name for us.
Can't remember the names. I can probably get back to you on that. Um, when it comes down to bars, uh, I'll say the ones like in the hotels, they're high priced, but they were always nice. And the whole thing like is for me like whenever I'm traveling, like I want to get as far away from uh, what something I can get at home as possible.
Mm,
Like if I'm in another country, I want to experience that country.
interesting. Yeah. Facts, bro. So, brother, what kind of music were they playing in the clubs and
All
bars?
it was the two clubs that I remember, really well. It was all hip hop, and it was like from late '80s hip hop all the way up until present.
Was it censored? The N word?
I mean, if it was in the music, it was in the music.
Wow. Shake my head.
They weren't going to edit it out.
So, next question for you, brother, is so online dating. Did you use any dating apps out there in Turkey?
No, one of the guys I was one of my coworkers, I think he was up on Tinder, and he was doing okay, but like he could have done better if he presented himself better.
Okay, bro. Um, it is what's it called now? So, let me see. Let me see. What about so, brother? Are Turkish chicks materialistic, brother?
Yes,
Oh, Gucci bag, Armani bag, designers, brother. You saying that's a problem?
and knockoffs too. Like as long as it says some big name brand, you can they just want to be able to show that they've got it.
Okay, but even the woman that you were dealing with, they were materialistic.
Uh, One of them was the other one. Like I've known her for years. She wasn't really on it, and then the Muslim girl, not at all.
Okay, so so when you're going around Istanbul, you're going to see a lot of women in designer, fake designer, etc., etc.
Yes.
Wow, wow. So, brother, let me ask this right now, yeah. So, tell me the bad parts about Turkish chicks that you don't like.
A lot of feminism, materialistic. Uh, you're gonna run into some high body counts, and I think the some of them like even when they're dressed feminine, they have like a kind of awkward way of carrying themselves. Like you ever seen a woman who like doesn't wear heels a lot and she just doesn't know how to walk in them?
Mm,
You'll see some of that like pretty prevalent too.
wow. Okay. So, what about brother in terms of let me see, cold approaching, brother. So you cold approach out there in Turkey, right?
Yes.
So, brother, how should one cold approach a Turkish woman in Turkey, brother? So, what's your method in regards to cold approach? What do you say? How do you think, brother? How do you get the number? Break it down for us, bro.
The first thing I gotta tell anybody, man, when you're in another country, like whatever fear of rejection you got, get rid of it. Just go. You're never gonna see her again. Just go for it. Don't approach her from behind. Walk up to them, smile, extend your hand, shake their hand, look them in the eye. Make eye contact, be open. And I guess the number one thing really is like hold a conversation with them first. Don't just come up, hey, can I get your number? Like, hey, walk up to them like the Muslim girl. She's working in a restaurant, and I just kind of like kept talking to her on and on. And then I noticed that like, hey, she's showing some interest because there's other people here, but she keeps coming back to me. And then
Okay.
uh,
Go on.
the one girl on the street, like we were looking for a place to go, and I asked her like, hey, where do you hang out? Got her name. We started talking, and I was like, hey, what's a good spot around here? I'm only in town for a little bit of time. I want to have a good time. And I told her like, you look like you know how to have a good time. She joked around for me for a little bit, and she's like, just come with me. And we went. And then the women that I talked to in the clubs and the bars and stuff, every last one of them, like, they're so interested in where you came from. And then as soon as you tell them like, hey, you're not in the military and you're not coming there from Germany, then they're really intrigued.
Okay. So, but would you say cold approach was very successful for you in Turkey?
Yes.
And did women cold approach you in Turkey?
There was a couple, that the the woman, like when I had a bunch of women around me, like she just came up out of everywhere. Like I'm sitting there, there's two other guys with me, and she came to me like, hey, you guys having a good time tonight? Where are you from? Why are you here? And she talked to me, and everything was cool. Uh, there was another girl at the hotel. I did not find her attractive, but she cold approached me like, hey, how long are you in town? Have you been anywhere? Is there some things that you want to see? And she's like pretty much just offering to be a tour guide for me. And I'm like, that position's kind of already taken. And she just wasn't really my type. She's a little heavier.
Good man, bro. Good man. So, next question for you, brother, is so how should men dress out there in Istanbul, Turkey, to attract women, brother? In your opinion, well, what kind of fit and shoes should we wear?
Uh, I was wearing like dress shirts and jeans a few times, and dress shoes. And then there's a couple times I wore like slacks, fitted shirt tucked in, no jewelry. Yeah, it's like you don't need to wear the jewelry and the flash over there because you already stand out. Just not being from
Okay.
there. And then another thing was like, I don't know, they've got a bunch of like perfumes and colognes and stuff over there. But if you're wearing something that's like not from there, I can't even count how many women like pressed up against me just to smell me.
Let's go. Yo, this is insane. Wow, incredible, bro. Flipping heck.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just like, I'm sitting there like, oh, and she's like, oh, you smell so good. And I'm like, I just walked past like 30 stores, this today that were selling perfume and cologne and stuff. But it's like, oh, I got something that they're not used to smelling.
Brother, can I ask what your perfume game is, brother? You get is it um Gucci? What is it, bro?
I want to say like I was wearing a Ralph Lauren when I was there, and I, I can't even remember the other one because it was like something that this chick bought me. And it was just like out of like Macy's here in the United States. It was like like maybe a $90 bottle, like not something super expensive, but it worked.
Wow, incredible, incredible, bro. So, next question for you, brother, is so, brother, brother, are there any other cities in Germany, sorry, in Turkey that like brothers, or is it mostly Istanbul?
That's the only one I went to. I wish I could tell you more.
That's fine, brother. Well, what about some from word of mouth from any brothers there in regards to how they get treated in other places, or no?
No, I mean like the other brothers there, like the two guys that I talked to, that the two of them came with me. Then there's the one brother that he was coming there to see his kids. That and he was coming. I want to say he was coming out of Spain, so he was probably just going to Istanbul too. I didn't really get like the lay of the land and like any intel on other spots. But
Okay.
Istanbul is so big that you can literally like hang out in a different area every day for like at least 2 weeks straight.
Awesome, bro. So, next question for you, brother, is ratio of women to men in Istanbul, Turkey. Was it more women than men, more men than women, or was it 50-50?
probably more women than men.
Okay. Okay, bro. Uh, any dangers to be aware of in Istanbul, Turkey?
Yeah, I mean, you got some like I told you about, like the shoe shine brush. The police can be involved in that, and then like there's some danger there if you got guys that are allowed to like walk around, like check their gun at the front door of the club, like whatever they proved to their law enforcement there to be able to pack their heat, it had to be substantial because I mean, I've been to several countries in Europe and I'd never seen that before.
Wow. So, last question, brother, before open up the phone lines. Should brothers travel alone or in a group to Istanbul, Turkey? And tell us why, bro.
I always say, at least one other person. Like especially if you're gonna be drinking, like take turns. You drink tonight, I won't. Just to have somebody there to like watch out for you, and also to like help you vet whatever locals that you're dealing with, because it's just if you're by yourself and somebody wants to target you, is it's just you. Like you got
Mm,
no other set of eyes, looking around for you.
facts, but yeah, I agree. But I feel like Turkey in general, yeah, you got to go in a group with someone at least. I don't think it's a spot to be as a solo traveler. Is that a fair assessment?
I agree. Yeah, that's definitely fair.
Yeah, it's just a bit too seedy, in my opinion. So great live stream, brother. Let's open up the phone lines, brother. Brother, we got another half an hour or 45 minutes left. We'll see how it goes with the callers. If no one calls in, we'll end it early. People calling will go for maybe the full time or 10, 15 minutes. Up to you, brother. So get some water if you need to, brother. Um, Shout out to Mr. Gombra. What was that?
So I'm here for you.
Thank you, appreciate it, bro. Shout out to Mr. Nuruddin. Nuruddin for the $5 super chat. Fellas, repeat after me. By the power of the passport, bros. By the power of the passport, bros. Passports give me powers. Interesting, brother. Interesting. Thank you, bro, for the support. So let's open up the phone lines. Okay. Remember, guys. Remember, guys. There are five things. There are five rules about I want to say, but you know what film I'm referring to, right? Remember, guys, passports give you the powers. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, thank you, bro. Appreciate the support. Thank you, brother. All right, so let's open up the phone lines, mate. So if you have any questions in regards to Turkish woman, if you've been to Turkey yourself, you have any questions for our guests, call in. Please be respectful. Don't disrespect our guests. And ask questions and keep it on topic, please. That'd be greatly appreciated. Once again, right? Once again, if you signed up to my uh Python class, okay, can you please check your Patreon DMs? I have sent everyone a Patreon message. Check your Patreon messages on the next steps. Okay, you got until 6 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, Saturday, to reply to me, right? If you don't do so, you will not be in a course. Because I'm tired of chasing people all around, right, for the next steps. Okay? Check your messages, check your email. Come on. Okay. So let's go. Call in. Call in. All right, call in. All right, so phone lines are open. Phone lines are open. All right, hold on. Let me do it right now. You already know. Tell me. It's that glory. I was in the pass out. Can pass out. Keep a few on the staff now. I cashed out. We finna go where the stars is. And beyond that, this that rip up the contracts. Of all that. Na na na. Waiting in the stars. Ooh. All right, brothers, call in, yeah? Let's go, man. Call in. Okay. I'm gonna give y'all 5, 10 more minutes to call in. If not, gonna wrap up the stream early and I'm gonna get some good sleep and get ready for a busy weekend. Brother, do you miss Turkey?
Oh yeah, a heartbeat.
Wow, incredible, bro. You got any plans to visit there in the future this year or?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to Thailand, and I'm gonna make a trip to the Philippines as well.
Awesome, great stuff, bro. Japan, you been there before?
I've been to Japan. I didn't really like it, man.
Can I ask why?
Uh, it just seemed like the people there were kind of like some of the women were like super two faced.
Mm. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Um, you live there, right?
No, I
For
didn't.
oh,
No, I did a little short deployment there, and I went back for a martial arts tournament.
and you were you in Turkey? Sorry, were you in Tokyo?
I went to Tokyo, and I was in Naha and on Okinawa.
Interesting. So again, you see, the brother mentioned that a lot of them are two-faced. I'm not saying all are, but that's his opinion. Again, lack of religion, lack of God. Where's the morality coming from? Brother, did you experience that same two-facedness in Turkey, or in Saudi Arabia, or in Qatar, or in Kuwait?
No, I mean I did.
Muslim countries for the win at this point in time. Um, yeah. Watch yourself around these Japanese chicks. All right. Again, I'm giving you options here, but don't be too, don't put your eggs in one basket, right? Consider Arabic chicks, consider, Kuwaiti chicks. But you mentioned Kuwaiti chicks, but you tell me Kuwaiti women and Arab women in Kuwait love black men.
Shit. I mean, I had quite a few looking at me when I was there, and I think one of the funniest experiences I remember about Kuwait was we were at a Kentucky Fried Chicken there, KFC, and we were talking. I was still in the military this time, and this girl is like she's talking to us and everything, and she's like looking at our ranks and everything, and we just quick conversation, and she's like, "Oh my God," she's like, "Can y'all even afford to buy food?" And she just paid for everybody's meal there because I guess she came from a pretty well off family, and she was super nice about it. And the funniest thing that I remember was she told us like in Kuwait during the summertime, pretty much the only people that are still in Kuwait during the summer were the poor people. Everybody else, it's too hot for them, so they go elsewhere.
Wow, wow. Saudi Arabia, brother. Saudi Arabia women are like black men.
Yes, especially if as long as you were like open and respectful to their religion. The whole thing is like they don't have a problem with you not being Muslim as long as you respect their religion.
Saudi women love black. Okay, oh, bro. Ooh, we got some classic features tunes, bro. Kuwait, Saudi Arabia. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh, Arabic chicks, Muslim, checking for brothers. This is incredible. Um, oh my, yo, the passport saves lives, man. I mean that, brothers. This passport it's gonna save us, man. I'm done with English chicks. I'm done with them, brothers. Um, I can't do it. It's just I can't. I need me a foreign chick, right? Obviously, if a cute Japanese Christian chick comes my way, um, it's on my plan. We can make it work. She may be atheist, a Japanese chick, but if she converts to Christianity, it can work. If she's a Muslim Japanese chick, it can work too. But having a woman that believes in a higher power, um, it's very important to me, man. Because atheist chicks, right? A lot of them are on that demon time. Shout out to Mr. Afro Strobes for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you both for the support. I was stationed in camp now. Camp. That's in Barcelona, sorry, bro. in Camp Schwab, Okinawa Japan 2021. Go on, bro.
Oh yeah, Ken Schwab. Yeah,
Hey, bro, you know that place, bro. You know of it.
yeah, I know about it. It's a Marine Corps base out there. Uh, during that time period, I remember the way the rap music. I remember some of the guys that had done deployments over there. They'd be yelling Schwab House all the time. He probably knows about that.
Wow, amazing, man. Shout out to Mr. Donovan Jr. for the $10 super chat. Hey, IP, just tuning in. I don't know if you asked a question already, but there are other races of women in Turkey, Kazakhstan, Iranian, Lebanese. Please break it down, brother. We spoke about it already, brother, but there's some new countries there, brother. You know, it's brother, any Arabic chicks there, Lebanese or Iranian?
So I do remember an Iranian, a Persian woman there. Uh, she was where did I forgot where she was, but she was absolutely stunning. She was really beautiful,
Mm.
and I think man, I cannot remember exactly how I met her, but like she was really pretty much like another non-practicing Muslim.
Okay, awesome, bro.
A good
Go on,
time.
bro. So, Harold, can you turn your camera on in the background, please? That'd be greatly appreciated. So, yeah, I know. Salute to Harold. I know who you are, brother. Salute. I'm bringing you in a minute, brother. Mr. K62, right? Let me ask this right. Age gap. Can you be a 40-year-old man in Turkey and date 21, 20-year-old, 22, 23, 24?
I'd say like probably mid 20s. They're gonna be looking. Their families are gonna be like trying to push them to get married. And if you prove that you are a suitable man and they agree with you, then yeah, you can definitely do that. Age
Okay,
gap, I think from my experience, a lot of them liked men at least a few years older than them.
that's great. So 10-year, 15-year difference is nothing to them. They love that.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be too bad. I mean, I personally like that. I would have ended up in jail if I'd have tried to date somebody 15 years younger than me. But
Okay. So let me bring in Mr. Raximus first. After I'm gonna bring in Howard after. What's going on, Mr. Raximus? What's how you doing, bro?
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, bro. You good?
Yes, yes, sir. For some reason, I'm hearing myself twice. You talking on YouTube and then the call. I don't know if you can hear
Close.
me properly. Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, close the YouTube tab. Close it down,
Uh,
and have your stream mode only open. That's why.
uh, okay, hold on a second. Let me do that. Okay, so can you hear me now?
Loud and clear, bro. Am I good now?
Yes, yes. Now you are. A pleasure to meet you, IP. Finally, I got the opportunity to meet you. So I'm new to your channel. I'm new to this movement. I'm grateful to meet your acquaintance, and I really, really, really want to be part of this movement and be part of something new, something genuine. Okay, and so concerning the subject, I forget the person's name. Please, what's your name, sir, so I can address you respectfully?
you can just call me K.
Hello, Kay. So the reason why I was calling was to ask you, when it comes to marriage, okay, let's say I was Christian and obviously the female was Muslim. Is that going to be accepted? Is that going to be allowed? And do I have to forsake Christ? Because Christ is very important to me.
From the Muslim woman that I was dealing with,
Yes,
she was not going to marry a non-Muslim.
man. So I have to I have to forsake everything and become a Muslim, or can I? Are there some similarities that we can have common ground? Something,
Yeah.
because Christ is very important, sir. He literally died for our sins, sir.
Christ is
So
king. Yeah.
Exactly. So what IP, if you're in my shoes, what will you do? How will you handle if you were in that position where no other woman wants to deal with you, and the only choices that you have was Muslim females, women, and ladies? What will you do? How will you go about it? Are you going to abandon Christ? How are you going to go about it? How does that work?
I think right there's bound to be one woman that wouldn't mind marrying a Christian man. So, but there's two options here, right? You can meet a Muslim woman. She don't care about marrying a Christian man, but she's adamant that the kids must be Muslim. So if you want that to happen, if you're cool with that, brother, then that's one option. I know some people have that agreement. Kids must be Muslim. The guy can be Christian, or she can be Muslim. She can be you can be Christian, and the kids decide what religion they want to follow. Right. So which is still better than not marrying one because you're Christian. Um, so yeah, you just gotta keep searching, bro. Keep searching, keep the faith, and you will find one. And it will go well. But I know it's tough right now. What country you at, brother? You got an accent. Are you in Africa?
No, no, no. I'm from the United. Well, I was born in Africa, but I moved to the U.S. Yeah. Yes, I'm in the
Okay.
United States right now.
Where in Africa you
Where,
from?
where was I born in Africa?
Oh, where you from in Africa? What country?
Oh yeah, Cameroon.
Okay. I don't know much about Cameroon, but there must be some decent women there in Cameroon, bro.
I understand that, but when they come here, okay, to the U.S., they become just as feminists.
Mm. But
So
that's why we want to leave the West and live in their countries. That's why we want to, have a good career in IT first, get some reserves, crypto pops off, and then leave the West completely, build a new life abroad, make connections, business, investments. There's a reason why I ask investment questions as well in these streams. We're gonna start thinking like that because the West is completely done for. Um, ain't no saving it. But if you go to her country, right, with your resources, with your clouts, she'll keep in check because there'll be other women that are looking at you. Oh, he's from America. He's in IT. He's intelligent. He's respectful. If she misbehaves, bro, they'll snatch you up, bro. 'Cause the reason why when it comes to West, it gets even worse because there's so many thirsty guys here, and she has a lot of options, particularly foreign women in the West. But when you go to her country, you're the prize, bro. So don't ever bring your foreign chick back to the West, bro. Don't ever do it.
yeah. Speaking of traveling, actually, I signed up for your course. I don't know if you saw me in there somewhere. I don't know what to do next. I literally just came back home and I saw you live. You said live on YouTube, and I said, let me call in and give you the respect that you deserve for all the hard work. Um, and just a little bit about myself. You speak a lot about Keisha's, about staying away from this mess. I'm smacked down in it. You have no idea the hell I'm going through, and I want to talk to you, maybe privately.
Mhm.
I care about what you're doing. I want in. I want to get out of the hell that I'm in. I sacrifice the little that I had left for you, for your class, and then I did the consultations. I don't know how to proceed forward with the consultation, so maybe there's a lot that if you were to mentor me privately, okay, I want to be a success story like people that you have done in the past. I actually watched your videos of how people did your class last year. You had 100 students, and now there's some of them are in Colombia. I want
Yeah, of
in
course, man.
people like Love Crossing Brothers, Borders, and all the people that you have helped. Okay, I'm very, very, I'm not confident, okay, in myself. I struggle a lot. I've been told my whole life, you're worthless, you know, amount to nothing. and then I clawed my way out of Africa, came to the US. It's even worse. And so there's a lot, and I really I don't understand how to proceed with your consultations and all of that. So, well, how can I get in touch with you? Maybe by text, maybe by phone number. I can give you my phone number in the chat, the
Yeah. So
private chat.
do me this favor, brother. So what you can do,
Yeah.
check your Patreon DM, please. So you've got on your Patreon account, check your messages because we start class on Sunday. So I gotta get you in our Facebook group. So if you can obviously reply to my message on Patreon, that'd be great. And number two, I've got my IG. I'll put my IG in the chat there, brother, for you to DM me on IG. But we gotta get you in the class Facebook group first. So if you can sort that out for us, brother, on Patreon. So you go on Patreon first, reply to my message, answer my questions, and then we'll go on from there, bro. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay, awesome, bro. Thanks for that, Mr. Maximus. Appreciate you, bro. And welcome to the movement. Black Knight, turn the camera on in the background. I'm gonna bring in Mr. Harold in the background real quick. You confirm Black Knight. Thank you, bro. Turn your camera off. Shout out to Mr. What's it called? Shout out to Mr. Terrell Boxley for the $199 super chat. I only care if my lady worship you. Okay, brother. Interested, brother. Terrell, can you reply to your Patreon messages as well? Send me a message on Patreon. Go on your Patreon account, reply to my message. I know you're in the class as well, brother. So please reply to. We start class on Sunday. We have no time to waste. So shout out to Troy again for the $199 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. IP is big, right? Never bring them back. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Never bring them back. Let me bring in Mr. K62. He's back in the building. Let me bring in Mr. Harold as well. He's back as well. What's going on, Harold? How you doing, bro?
Oh, hey man. Yeah, I actually just checked in. I regretfully missed this chat, but I actually wanted to share a little bit of my experience in Istanbul, and maybe see if I can kind of compare to what the other brother experienced. But yeah,
Yes,
I mean,
please.
I was actually in Istanbul for 2 weeks. Um, yeah, and I mean, to be honest with you, I wasn't a huge fan. I think the women to me out there weren't that attractive to me. I think they really weren't checking me out, to be honest with you. Uh, I did enjoy like seeing the beautiful mosque, and like the city's a very beautiful city, and it was a very unique culture, so it was kind of intellectually stimulating. But I mean, I wasn't really a fan of the nightlife per se, and the women. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I even met one Turkish woman out there. They seemed like closed. I mean, maybe if I would have broken the initial barrier, it would have been different, but it didn't necessarily seem like they would be open to necessarily being approached or like meeting guys that they just typically didn't know. Which is really strange for me because I actually, I mean, when I wasn't in Turkey, I felt like Turkish women were really, really checking hard. But like when I was there, I didn't get anything, you know. And actually, kind of like the first girl that I started to talk to when I was 19. She was Turkish, and yeah, that really went south. And I just kind of found out like she was really, really materialistic, and then she was just pretty much about money. You know, that's just. I mean, literally, when I was there, she actually asked me to marry her. I mean, it was crazy, but she was just like, then it was just like, yeah, she was like, I'm trying to get this visa. Like, you think you can marry me? It was like on that, and it was just, I kind of just saw how selfish she was, bro. And that's kind of the same vibe I got with a lot of Turkish women, or not Turkish. No, I think Istanbul women are different, but I think kind of the vibe with Istanbul women, they just seem really, really materialistic and like, kind of like they had a lot of expectations from men, and they were sort of like feminist in a way that they aren't really going to do certain things for a man, but also like not feminist, expecting a man to do everything, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to get your experience, get anybody else's viewpoint on that. But kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say my experience with Turkish women was great, but I mean, definitely when I wasn't in Turkey, a lot of Turkish women have been checking me out, and I've had great experiences outside of Turkey, but inside of Turkey, it seemed like a whole different vibe. And but yeah, no, I mean the men were nice. The men were great. I have a lot of Turkish friends that are men, but like just the women kind of, and the men told me, the men from Turkey said don't mess with Turkish women, and like like what they told me how they were was the exact same thing I experienced. So that was another thing. But yeah, that's just kind of my thing in Istanbul. And you know what?
Oh,
Actually, just one final thing. When I left Istanbul, I mean, I kind of wasn't having. I mean, I saw the mosque and I explored the city, and it was kind of getting old. I was sort of like wanting to leave, but then there was this bombing there, and it was just crazy, man. Like there was like this bombing on Taksim Square, and like all like I don't know how many people got killed, but it was also very traumatic. And it was like I was like right near there, you know. I mean, because I was staying like probably a 5 minute walk from Taksim Square, so I mean I even kind of wonder if that could have been me, you know. And
oh,
being from the
flipping heck.
states, with all this bad stuff I want to complain about the states. I mean, that was like I guess it's not like necessarily like you're facing terrorist attacks. Like that was just crazy. So I was like I was out, man. I all I wanted to do was leave Turkey after that, and so I went straight to Bulgaria, the first train I could get, and it was just I found Istanbul like very crowded, way too crowded. Just I didn't really, and I felt like it was beautiful, but there wasn't that much to necessarily do that I really enjoyed. So yeah, I mean, I definitely I wouldn't yeah, personally I would probably wouldn't put it on the map for Passport Bros. I mean, I think other parts of Turkey maybe you can find a good Muslim traditional woman, but I feel like the women in Istanbul are a little bit different than that. You know what I'm saying?
So, obviously,
So
brother, first and foremost, I want to say, thankfully, you're alive and you weren't a part of that particular incident. Happy you're alive and
oh
it didn't affect you. Number two,
oh yeah
obviously,
yeah
keep
I
it,
thank God
keep
for
it,
that.
keep it coded.
Yeah.
So deleted instead of saying KLED just for YouTube purposes. Number three, bro. So let me ask this then. So in terms of, uh, so where outside of Turkey, what country were Turkish women checking for you?
Oh, okay. So, I mean, like I told you, the first woman that I sort of got to know, she was a Turkish girl, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, we were kind of just friends, but I mean, I think at the same time, I think but I was young, so I don't know if she was just like not into me or what. But like, we had something when I was younger, and then like out in this U.S., whenever I met women from Turkey, they were like checking me out several times. So I would probably say on at least four different occasions. I met a girl um in Barcelona that was checking me out. Also when I was out in Italy. So yeah, I've gotten a lot of attention whenever I'm around. Whenever I've met Turkish women in Mexico too. Yeah, Mexico too. Strangely, but these were Turkish women from Germany. So I wonder, like all of them were German except one girl, but she was very international. You know what I mean?
Hmm. All right, thank you,
So
bro. Hold that thought there. Shout out to Mr. Put your mute there. Shout out to Mr. Donovan Jr. for the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. You have success with Turkish women in Germany, yes, indeed. But in Germany, the Turkish dudes hate on brothers with Turkish chicks. There's actually a video on my channel where I interviewed international passport clips. I'm going to right now post in the live stream chat. The brother mentioned that um, you get hate from Turkish men if you deal with their woman, but they will deal with other groups of women, but no one can touch their woman, and I don't respect that. I think that's hypocritical. Um, let me post the video up here. It's a very interesting clip. Um, yeah, these are two German rappers that I interviewed. Uh, they got a funny German accent, but they were born in Germany, so it is what it is. I posted it in the live stream chat over there. Okay, awesome. All right, hold that thought there. Let me bring in Mr. Black Knight. Black Knight, how you doing, bruv?
I'm good. How are you, IP?
Doing fantastic, bro. Good to hear from you, brother. Fire away, bro.
Sorry, brother. I missed most of your stream. How long were you in Turkey for?
I was out there for 3 weeks.
So, how is the cost of living?
It's reasonable. I mean, it's less than the United States.
And the internet access?
So that's earlier I was
You
talking.
mentioned
There was times when it was lagging, but the cell service was good all day long.
mean, that's not good. And also, there's a large population of Russians and Syrians there. Are they also checking for brothers?
I didn't have any experience with them. And well, you said you weren't here earlier, but yeah, I knew about the population of Syrians because they were not getting treated very well when I was there.
All right.
I wonder how Turkish people can distinguish between themselves and Syrians. They look the same.
Yeah, the Syrians were generally darker, and the Syrians were also very they were they were definitely a lot more practicing and wearing their Islamic faith.
Mm, yeah. Wow. That side of the world, man, is brutal. Yeah. Okay. So awesome. Okay. So anyone got any questions for our guest, Mr. K? Yeah, now's the time.
So,
Yes.
how much of the population do you say it's practicing?
I'm sorry, what was your question?
So, how much of the population in Istanbul are practicing Muslims, would you say?
Yeah, I'll give you a rough estimate, maybe 25%.
And the other 75 are, let's say, Western feminists?
No, I mean there was when you say 20, when I say 25%, like I'm talking about like actually practicing of Muslim faith. I'm including men, women, and the other 75. Yeah, there's going to be some feminists thrown in there. There's going to be a bunch of men thrown in there as well. Uh, I did encounter quite a bit of feminism. We talked about that earlier.
Okay.
Right.
Mr. Maximus Fireway.
Yes, I have two questions actually. One for you, IP, and one for the guest. Starting with you, IP. Have you ever been to Turkey, and how much? If I was to go there, how much am I to come there so that I don't have any surprises? And then for the caller, when you first went to Turkey, how did they? How was the reception? Were they receptive? Were they the people, the natives? Were they when you needed help? Did they care to help, or were they mean? Were they rude, and were they trying to cause you trouble? How's the atmosphere there?
I ain't been there before to
Okay.
answer your question, bro. Fire away,
Okay.
Mr. K2.
They were very receptive to me. Everybody was nice, and I don't know if you heard. Oh, I guess you didn't hear earlier, but I was there was times when I would ask somebody a question, and I'd have somebody who did not speak English, and they almost made it like it was their job to find somebody to translate and answer my question for me.
Hmm. Is that so? Okay. And to add to that, Miss IP, have you ever thought of creating multiple bases where people like us who are new to the passport, bro, the movement for YouTube purposes, I don't want to expose you. The movement, right? Have you ever thought about creating bases through a network of brothers so that, let's say, if you want to go to Turkey, there's a Turkey PB there. If you want to go to Germany, there's a German brother there around the world, so that would be easier for us to, so that we don't fall in the wrong hands like with the situation with Colombia.
Yeah. It will take time, once everything pops off, bro, in terms of the market, the economy, everything, then we can have time to start doing those kind of things, bro. Right now, we got some building to do, right? Studying to do, investments to do. So, yeah, bro, that's in the works. Obviously, that's on the list, but we just need to just got other prices at the moment, bro. At the moment.
Okay, and you spoke also about crypto. I have zero experience in that, by the way. I would like to learn from you privately, of course. How do I do that?
So I'm working on having a couple more streams to share the intel to everyone on the channel. Just be patient there, bro. Be patient. I'm super busy, so just keep watching the channel, keep being inspired, keep coming to class every week for the Python stuff, and things will change. Just be patient, bro. Okay.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank
All right.
you.
All right. No problem. No problem. Okay. So what was I gonna say, Mr. Harold? Do you have any questions for our guest, or any you want to chime
Oh,
in on,
I was
Harold?
just kind of wondering, and I apologize. I did miss most of the stream, but like, was your experience different in Turkey? I was just wondering if I was just an anomaly or what, you know.
Yeah, my experience. So based on what you said, my experience is way different.
Oh, and were you like in Istanbul or what?
Yes, I was in this.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, man. I wonder what was going on. I mean, I'm not saying that the women were doing anything
What's that
bad to me. I just, I
sorry,
got.
Harold. What's that noise, bro? Are you in a cafe again?
Oh no, I'm in a car. I'm in my car. Yeah, it's just the seatbelt thing. But
Okay,
yeah,
carry
man.
on.
No, I just kind of forgot. Maybe I mean I didn't really approach any women there, but it just didn't seem like they were kind of in the like they didn't seem like they necessarily were open to being approached. You know.
Hey, bro, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Guys,
I meet a lot of women in bars and stuff too, but like whenever I was going out, like the covers were like astronomical because I was a guy. Like I think it was like $100 covers, and this is Turkey, and it was like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like it's like we're in London or something. So, but I mean, I didn't really approach any girls in the street, but I didn't even find the Turkish women that attractive usually though. So. But I guess that's a sign that some people can experience things completely differently. You know, and
no,
and
go on,
were
bro.
were you in other parts of Turkey or were primarily Istanbul?
Only Istanbul.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, no, thanks, Harold, for sharing your experience, bro. On the channel, we keep it 100, good, bad, ugly. So appreciate you, bro, for sharing your experience. But we got to do Nicaragua, so reach out to people when you can to set that up, please. That'd be greatly appreciated, Harold. Looking forward to that Nicaragua stream. And thank you to Mr. K. So I'm gonna give our brothers 5 more minutes to call in. If I get no new caller in, I'm going to end the stream. Actually, no, K's got 8 minutes left actually, so we can see if we can power through it. I'm gonna give you out a couple more minutes for you to call in. Awesome stream, Mr. K62. I've done Turkey before, but not in this depth. It's good to hear, brother, as to how your timing out there, brother. Anything else you want to chime in on in regards to Turkey K62 that you missed out?
Yeah, I'm glad to be a part of this. Appreciate you having me on.
Thank you for coming on here, Mr. K2. Mr. K, sorry. Much
Oh,
appreciated, bro. Go on, bro.
oh, can I ask a question real quick?
Of course.
So, in regards to the consumeristic aspect of the women, you didn't find them like kind of like consumeristic?
Yeah, I talked about them being materialistic.
Oh, okay, okay. I mean, I'm telling you, man, and I kind of want to go more into detail at the story a little bit, but so I'm gonna
Of
repeat
course.
myself a little bit. But
Go on.
like when I was out there, so okay, let me tell you how this happened. So we had been talking, and we had known each other for me and the Turkish girl I was dating. We had known each other for since I was 19, and at the time I was 26, and we were kind of talking and everything. And I when I was kind of doing my own thing, and she was doing her own thing. But I asked her like at 26 when I was 26, so I don't know how long that was. That was like 7 years. Yeah. So like I asked her like, hey, like maybe like we've known each other for years. We're both single. Like what do you think about maybe taking this further? Like you apparently you do want to come to the U.S. I'm based in the U.S. Like maybe this could work out. And then so she responded to the message I sent her like I mean like what can you offer me? And I was like, dang, like you know, like I don't know if it was like it was just like the vibe was so weird, and then I kind of just stopped talking to her, and then like maybe like a year later she started to hit me back up again, and she was asking like she was like saying this and that. And I actually ended up going to see her, but like when I got there, it was like she was just all about the visa, like all about like I want to move to the States, I want the visa, you know. And then I was like, okay, like I'll marry you. Fuck it, I'll do it. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Excuse my language. But okay, I just said, okay, sure, I'll do it. Like maybe we can set something up, since you're not really kind of looking for that type of thing. Like maybe we can maybe you can pay me, and I'll do it, no problem. And then yeah, then she was just like ticked off, and then we pretty much stopped talking after that. So
Hey,
that was
bro, I don't think you want to put visa fraud out there like that.
uh-huh. Oh yeah. No, I mean maybe it all worked out for the best. Like that's what this happened last year, and we haven't even spoken since then. So I mean I mean like but yeah, man. I mean I was shocked. I mean, and a lot of Turkish women like some other Turkish women were just like very very seemingly consumeristic. Like I mean it was even taking American women's consumerism to the next level. Like that's what I thought. Like it was like I mean I thought American women were consumeristic, but this is like the new. I mean like wow, like so you know that I mean I was shocked by my experience. I mean and I think maybe she's struggling, and I think a lot of people in Turkey are struggling, but. I mean, I've been to other, maybe poorer parts of the country where I think the vibe was a lot more authentic. So, you know, and
And
I know her
what
sister.
part?
I know her
What country?
sister. Oh,
Mm.
sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
What other part of the country in Turkey did you go to? What
No,
cities?
no. I was just in Istanbul, but I was just what
Oh,
I was trying to say is that I've been to poorer countries before where the women weren't like necessarily that consumer driven, or what I'm saying, where the vibe felt a lot more authentic. So and
hold
like
on.
I met. Uh huh.
Sorry, brother. Shout out to Mr. Marbar for the £5 PayPal donation. Appreciate you, bro, for the support. So Karen, bro.
Yeah. Like I know her sister, and her sister, she hadn't really been. She's from Antalya, and her sister had came. I felt like came with a whole different energy. You know what I mean? Like because I think maybe she just hadn't been used to the Istanbul life, and I'm sure it's tough living in Istanbul. So I bet like there are probably some good Turkish women outside of Istanbul. I mean, I'm sure there's great women in Istanbul too, but it just seemed like I mean, and I was just shocked by the level of consumerism. And I think there are probably a lot of people that do have a lot of money out in Istanbul, and there's probably a lot of people that don't. So I bet it, creates a really, really, toxic vibe where like people really, really feel like they need to get money. So maybe that's what it is. So
Okay. Thanks for your chiming in there, Mr. Harold. So we
Hello?
got 2 minutes. Yes. Yes. Who's that?
Yeah,
One last
Rex.
question.
Yes, it's to you, IP. So I literally just saw your text. What do I do after that? And then second question, um, for the consultation later on tomorrow, how will you contact me? I don't have your phone number or anything.
Instagram, bro. Instagram, brother. Everything's written on there, right?
Oh,
On the page, right? It will be
okay.
Instagram, right? So I give you my IG account, brother. Sorry, username. Send me a DM, brother. We'll speak. That's it, bro. So
Okay.
everything you need to know, brother, is on that page. Brother,
And
I'm
do I,
conscious of time. Gone. What's that?
okay. And do I respond to your Patreon text or
Yes, brother.
okay.
On my Patreon, right, I mentioned do something, reply to my message, right, as to what you got to do. So yeah, brother, please respond to it, okay? With your
Yes, sir.
name that you're requesting to join the group so I can find you, right? It's mentioned there clearly on the Patreon, bro. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
All right. Yes, sir. Thank
Right.
you.
Thank you, Maximus. Appreciate you, bro. I'm just gonna have to drop you there. We're running out of time here. Thank you, bro. Harold, thank you, brother, for chiming in, brother. Much appreciated, bro.
thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
Okay, awesome. So, Mr. K2, thank you for your time, brother. We are at the 2 hour, 30 minutes mark, brother. Any closing statements, bro?
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. Good luck to everybody out there, and look forward to talking to you in the future.
Thank you very much, brother. Salute, brother. Salute. Take
Salute.
easy, brother. And we shall speak soon.
All right. Bye.
Peace out, brother. Shout out to Mr. K. Much appreciated, bro. So that's Mr. K there. Great brother. That was an awesome live stream. So, brothers, press a1 if you're going to Turkey. Press a 2 if you're going to Turkey. Let me know. If you're currently watching the stream right now and you are in my and you signed up to my Python course, can you please check your Patreon messages? Check your Patreon direct messages for the next steps. Okay. If you don't reply to me, to my Patreon message by 6:30 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, Saturday, I'm taking you off. Okay, you won't be in the course. Okay, because you missed out the first important step, and I'm not here gonna chase people around. All right. Everything you need to know, check your email, check your Patreon DMs. I've sent 5 consistent messages, and some of y'all have not got back to me yet. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. Okay. If y'all don't respond to me by 6 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday, you won't be in the final stage. I'm going to teach class with y'all on Sunday. You've missed out. Okay. Can you take it very seriously? I'm prepping for class this week. I'm looking forward to it. But y'all gotta respond to your messages. It's very easy, right? It's not fair on me to be sending out emails consistently throughout the week. I ain't got all day, but I got a life to live. All right. So please respect that. So thank you very much for chiming in. We got a new country tomorrow, or new city, okay? And you're gonna love it. New guests as well. And yeah, have a great weekend ahead, brothers, and we shall speak soon. Take it easy. Peace out.